That drove up demand and prices for both new and used vehicles. Last year, Aris Van Ham was told if he wanted a new car, he'd have to pay thousands of dollars extra for options he didn't want.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now today marks a crucial moment as we dissect the findings from Car Help Canada's recent survey on the car buying landscape. Let's delve into the key takeaways from this eye-opening news finding you're about to see about price gouging by dealers. Yes, it is still happening, believe it or not. 2023, and we have to be covering this story over and over and over again. Let's get into it.
During the pandemic, many dealer lots had plenty of empty spaces due to factory shutdowns and chip shortages. That drove up demand and prices for both new and used vehicles. Last year, Aris Van Ham was told if he wanted a new car, he'd have to pay thousands of dollars extra for options he didn't want.
I feel it's price gouging at its worst. You used to be able to go into a dealership and negotiate a price down, not up.
A new survey by Car Help Canada found it's a practice still going on. 37% of new car buyers said they were forced to pay a markup over the MSRP, and that 85% of the profit markups range from $1,000 to over $10,000.
The revelation that some car dealerships are resorting to coercive tactics, forcing customers to purchase add-ons or risk being denied the sale, raises serious concerns. And it's disheartening to hear that 37% of new car buyers felt compelled to pay a markup over the manufacturer's suggested retail price, that's the MSRP, with profit markups ranging from $1,000 to a staggering $10,000.
Many dealerships are really price gouging consumers, charging them excessive fees or forcing them to pay for add-on products that they don't necessarily need.
Some of the options customers were forced to buy included an extended warranty, paint protection, tinted windows, key fob insurance, rust protection, tire and rim protection, and VIN etching. Many dealers told customers they had to pay for the add-ons or they couldn't buy the car.
The dealer.
Wow. I mean, let me go back just to that little section right there. Look at all that in terms of what they're asking a lot of customers to actually pay for. And this not only affects customers' wallet, but also the transparency and the fairness of the car buying process. Shari Primack's assertion that the dealerships hide these charges until the last moment, essentially presenting customers with a take it or leave it scenario. And this underscores a lack of transparency and ethical considerations.
VIN etching. Many dealers told customers they had to pay for the add-ons or they couldn't buy the car.
The dealership hides these charges and hides these products until the last moment when the contract is put in front of the consumer, and only then are they presented with it.
The practice is known as tide selling, and while it's not illegal, it could be considered unethical. OMVIC, which oversees Ontario car dealers, told CTV News it's had numerous complaints to OMVIC from car buyers who feel compelled to pay for unwanted products. Car buyers do have the right to walk away from these types of sales. Car Help Canada recommends shopping around to find a dealer who won't force you to purchase options you don't want. And while it's currently harder to negotiate, you can still try. And there is no cooling off period when buying a car in Ontario, so don't sign a contract unless you're sure you want it. However, if a dealer raises the price after the contract is signed, the buyer can cancel without penalty and get their deposit back. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
The survey also sheds light on the lingering impact the pandemic had on the industry. Now, despite initial expectations for improved wait times, it's concerning to discover that most new car buyers still face delays of 1 to 6 months due to widespread supply chain issues, factory shutdowns, and chip shortages. Practice of tide selling, while not illegal, certainly raises ethical questions. The Ontario Industry Vehicle Council's acknowledgement that this practice could lead to violations of the Code of Ethics is noteworthy. It reflects a broader issue in the industry where the pursuit of profit sometimes takes precedence over fair and transparent dealings with consumers. Now, this survey brings light to the need for increased scrutiny and advocacy for consumer rights in the car buying process. It's a call to action for both regulators and consumers alike to ensure that fairness, transparency, and ethical practices are prioritized in the automotive industry, but it still lingers. Hence, the name dealerships are often called our stealerships. Only a few bad apples spoiling the entire bunch for most of us in the industry, still giving it a bad name and leaving a bad taste in people's mouth. I can't imagine and emphasize enough of this foolishness that has been lingering and going on for so long. It gets me upset every time, but let me know your thoughts below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.